Alright, everyone, Merry Christmas and almost Happy New Year. Maybe Happy New Year depending on when I can get this posted. But I decided I was going to set up a different work planner, and I think it's really going to be more of a workbook, notebook type deal. So I have here a few things that it's what I was using, but I'll go into a little bit more about why it's not working for me and what I'm deciding to do next. Now, if you, I don't know, if you don't have a job that's, I don't even know what to call it. I don't want to say traditional because I feel like all jobs are traditional, if that makes any sense nowadays. But I help assist in leading a very large team that offers IT type services or improvement services within a very large financial firm. So it's very fast paced. I did receive a promotion in September, and what I found trying to wrap my head around everything, all of the moving pieces, my old system was not working. In my former job, back when I started the channel, I was a subject matter expert like in my area, but now I'm learning a lot more, and so my old system would be to just use a blank A5 Stylogy and the day, the date, to-dos, but you know, then there's a lot of folks use OneNote, but if you're watching the video, you probably love paper like I do, and techie type notes are not always the best suited for like my brain and the pace at which we work, where I tend to check things to get things done. So I filled out about half of this, and I don't know, I was getting a little stressed because it wasn't working. I couldn't find things easily. I needed really a section where I was learning stuff and I was always going to reference, to-dos I had to do, other types of things. Anyway, so it's becoming like a big black hole, and where it was working in my former job, it's not working for the role I have now. I then tried a cousin, thinking it would help because you could break out, and I gotta be careful with what's showing. If you haven't seen a cousin before, you get the month layout, where I thought, okay, I could put meetings and stuff that I need to remember, or either upcoming or occurred, and then the week long, and then there's dailies, which is great in concept. And then I realized this was so big, I wasn't really bringing it with me, and then I do like this layout, but for the way I was using it, already needing to look multiple sections was tough. And then I had to remember what day I would have found the notes on. So I used this for a week and then realized I couldn't really use it for what I needed. So there's two things I can't really do anymore. I had an A5, oh shoot, oh here it is. I set up and tried, same thing. It's beautiful and I'd love to use it, but it didn't hold enough. It wasn't even big enough for what I needed to even hold a whole year. Like, I was never going to fit how much happens in a week on these little 2 pages. And then, you know, I don't know. We'll see, maybe one day, because it's so pretty and so nice. Like, I want to use it so badly, but at the moment I can't. But the inserts are beautiful. They're from Infinite Lotus. If you're looking at them thinking, oh, they're really nice, you know, Infinite Lotus is your shop. But I stopped using this. So I've tried so many things. So I tried this one, I tried the Cousin, I tried an A5 Stalogy, and nothing was really cutting it for me. So now, over this time between holidays, I am working on determining how to set up a work planner. It's really a notebook, because what I also did, as you saw with the Techo, like the Cousin, I like the concept, and really what I liked most was a dedicated calendar for work-related things, but it was a little too big. So I have my weeks, and I'm going to use this to be where I keep an on-the-go calendar. It's now my, this is the Louis Vuitton Braza wallet, and I threw a weeks in it. So it'll help me when I'm trying to remember big work events or days off, when I need to schedule appointments, and I wasn't really putting a whole lot of work stuff in my personal wide that stays on my desk. It used to come with me for like a couple of months, and I thought it's just really big and bulky, trying to slim things down what I carry. So I've been through quite a metamorphosis of work planners this year, but I'm looking forward to using this. I haven't even done a setup video. I was kind of waiting for now, like this week, so I started to kind of put some post-its in here and think through how I was going to use it. So I'll go over that. I'll keep setting it up. But this is what I'm going to use for my big work dates that I need to remember when I make plans. And I'm going to use this desk agenda, or half letter that many people would call it. I haven't set it up yet, but they're 1-inch rings, 1-inch discs. I think the black ones I just got from Amazon. But I think this will help my brain, because I'm going to break it up into a few initiatives that I'm responsible for. And I'm going to take these next few days and kind of clean up my work notes and get it into the system. I also have a cover on its way that is a birthday Christmas gift, and I'm not sure when it'll arrive just because of shipping, but I'll do a video when I do get my desk agenda cover. But I'll take a break and put this together, and so I'll speed up the next section, and you can come back and watch a flip through if you're interested, and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks. Okay, everyone, I'm back. You now saw the inside track of what my brain does when I try to set up a planner, because I kept shifting stuff around. But I was comparing the size, like this is what I'm using now. It's a black hole, really hard to reference things. I'd have to break sections out, and then I couldn't add paper to it. So side note, I did set up an appointment with SM Plans, Sierra, and she was super sweet. I reached out to her, just, it seemed like a similar job tasks. I'm not an attorney. If you follow her, you know she's an attorney, very bright. And I said I wanted to pick her brain about how she handles, you know, large teams and a lot of tasks that need to be done, and balancing everything and making sure I was staying organized, because this system wasn't working, the cousin wasn't working, my A5 wasn't working. And so she suggested the half letter, and I said, well, duh, that would make sense. I haven't used a half letter for work ever. I use it for like general note keeping at home, and I think I have just about every different type of size planner depending on what I'm using it for. So I'm very excited about it. I'm looking forward to my cover. I hope it comes in soon. But in the beginning, I just have this. I've talked about, I don't know if I've talked about it in the past on videos before, but you know, with friends, about just making sure you're heeding that imposter syndrome if you're experiencing it, to realize it's not a real thing. You know, maybe us introverts or type A people tend to fall into that trap from time to time. So I got this and thought it was appropriate. So I have that in the front. It says, you are braver than you think, more talented than you know, and capable of more than you imagine. So I thought that was really nice, and I have that in the very front. And then I printed these out from Peanuts Planner Co. It's just the running to-do list. And you probably noticed how many of these I put in here. And this is the first thing I want to check in the morning and throughout the day, and then in the evening. So I know I need a master to-do list that just holds everything. So that's the very first thing. I was trying to get rid of this, you know, we have the cloth and paper logo there and here, and that's gonna drive me nuts. So I gotta figure out what to do there. Maybe I just move my inbox to someplace different. But email and call, that won't be a thing for me, because you're emailing everyone and calling everyone. So maybe I'll think of like a super, you know, one or two I need to jot down. I thought this is good free space for like a brain dump or thinking through some things. So maybe I could retitle those and figure out how to use these. But I like the layout because I have to do a lot of planning and strategizing in my role now, and I don't have a lot of space to do that like on a computer. It makes it really challenging. I like just free drawing and figuring it out. So I threw some of those in there, and then that's before I get to any of my sections. And then the first section, I'm taking a look at our 2023 goals, and I'm going to try and make some for myself and think of different sections that I want, or different categories, I guess I should say, different categories of goals. So there's 3 blank sections. This is the vision board from Cloth and Paper. So I'm going to give it a whirl and see what that looks like and see how that is applicable to work. And then it gets into the year overview, which is really like a quarterly planning. I have a goals planner for myself where I use this, and I'll zoom in a little bit. But I also figured I didn't make a career or work section in my goals planner, since I'm going to have this in here this year. So I have this, and it'll help twofold. I'll be able to write down some wins for the month, write my goals for the quarter in the top left, make some notes, and then keep track of monthly things that makes mid-year and end-of-year review a little easier, because that tends to sneak up on you. So those are quarterly overview, and then this mind map I'm going to use now when I'm trying to figure out exactly how I'm breaking down the sections. I have a general idea, but I really want to play around with this a little bit more. Just as I work this week and work through my notes and email and you name it, just kind of sorting things out. For awareness, I took the role just a couple months ago, and so it's completely, not completely different, but it's different than what I was doing. More responsibility and really fast pace, and I want to make sure I'm getting my ducks in a row, because again, if you're watching this, more than likely you know the feeling of, if you don't feel like you're on top of your game, anxiety starts to creep in. So this will be a fun little project over the holiday. And then I have another section. I like line paper, but also this, so I'm used to this type of format because it's what I was using in my I-5. So it's the grid paper. It's called a Fauxbonichi print, also from Peanuts Planner Co. So is the mind map. I don't know that I like all of the space over here, but I'll figure it out. Maybe it's where I brain dump, or I can write a highlight from the day. I can write the date and circle the day and figure it out. But I'll have a section for just kind of like pre-planning what has to happen. Maybe it's a presentation, or who knows. And then I'm kind of over 2 different teams. And so I have a note section for one team and a note section for the other. And then this section, I like these because I use them, oops, this guy's stuck in here. I use them in my personal size planner, and they come in handy. I need to figure out, though, how I can use it for work. Maybe it's notes, about each, not team member per se, but maybe a project, sort projects, and then to-dos that need to get done, because there's a lot that are running concurrently, things like that. So I'll maybe think about that more. And then this is an updated Gantt chart for cloth and paper. So you can put, we used to use this a lot in project management. Maybe some of you still use it for home projects or just your own goals. But you'd put, for the month, the task, any notes, and then how long it's running. So you could either use this as like a checkbox that you made it through the day, or you could write a milestone, the title of a milestone, and then highlight when it has to be done by. You can use this in a myriad of different ways. So I have that because I plan to use it. I have a lot of targets for certain things that are due throughout the year. So that might help, like a paper format for me. And then this last one is just a folder, so it can hold anything. I have some loose notes, but they're kind of confidential, so I'll probably put them in there. And that's an overview. That's an overview of my half-letter work notebook planner type thing. And we'll see how it works. Sorry about that glare on the ring light, but it's not that much bigger than the Hobonichi and the wallet that I said I was going to use this for, like everyday carry, holds everything, total work and personal. And if I have to make an appointment, this is where work and personal stuff will go, just so I have an idea of everything that's happening in one place. I don't really do that now. I either had work separate or personal separate, so this will help. And it's a lot bigger to write in than the pocket I have. Even though I love the pocket, it's really small to write a lot. So that's it. I'll do as much of a flip as I can, considering there's confidential information. But once I do have an update, I will flip through and let you know how I'm using it. When that cover comes in, I'll also show that and how it fits and how it looks. But that's it. That's how I'm planning to structure a 2023 work planner, agenda, carry-all. So these two things would really be used for work. I don't know if I'll use a separate notebook like my A5. I love these so much. I love the way they write, but what I don't like about it for work is that it gets lost. It's just hard to reference everything. So that's it. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, as always, I'm happy to help answer any questions that you may have. And I wish you all of the best in 2023. Let me know what you're using for work, whatever you consider work for yourself. I'd love to hear. I always love hearing new ideas and learn what everybody is doing and how they stay organized. But for the time being, I appreciate you joining and sticking around if you've made it this far. If you think the video was helpful, please don't forget to hit the like button and share with a friend if you're both trying to figure out how you're planning for 2023. I'd appreciate a share. Again, I'll just reiterate, if you have any questions or comments, I'm happy to answer them. I really appreciate you, and you matter. So I know this time of year could be hard, but you're doing great, and I appreciate you. So thanks, everyone. Bye.